Hiya, welcome to part two, or just the next part of the video. So what we are doing today, as you can see, I've started putting together some animations, thinking about speed, is jumping, is wall sliding, is dashing, and is falling. With our animations, I've also gone into the game and added a character, and also sorted out the animations. As I said before, this kind of, if you've been in Unity before and you've done basic bits of animations and stuff like that, you should be able to follow on and jump along. That's absolutely fine. I've also updated the script somewhat as well. This is, I originally recorded this and it was very boring content, so I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna bother. There's some things I haven't implemented yet, like grapple and stuff like that, but I intend to do it. But what I will do is, once the script is completely finished for this, I will just put it down like in the comments or the description and stuff like that, so you can have a look at it and pick apart what you need if you are creating your own 2D game, or if you have wall running, grapple, hook, or just simple movement settings, whatever you want from it. So with the animations, they're quite big animations. As you can see here, I set these, these were originally set to 100 per unit pixels, but I set them all to 16. And so we now have this, and it's quite nice. I quite like it. It's quite big, kind of arcadey kind of style, neo-punk noir kind of guy. I also got these assets from the Unity asset store. These are all free assets, and if you just typed in warp animations or warped neo noir pixel or warped pixel in the Unity asset store, you will be able to find them if you do want to indeed follow along. They have set animations already, so I'm not gonna try and flog a dead horse and create the animations again from scratch. They're already there. They're gonna work. That's absolutely fine. So I have created, as I said, I've created some states. If we go back to our animator, you can see that I've gone is falling, and is dashing, and is wall sliding, is jumping, and speed. I am in the parameters. I'm thinking of we may need wall sliding. I don't have a wall sliding animation, so I might just get rid. So let's see. We might not need it at all. If you don't use it, it's absolutely fine. I'll try and figure out another way of implementing, because I simply don't have the animation that's here. I'm not going to make it either. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I need my idle animation. So let's start and drag this in. So that is going to be my default state. I need my running animation. So if I go back to player, go back to run, I've got my run and my dash animation here. So my run animation is exactly like my dash animation, but as you can see from my dash animation, so my run animation is exactly the same animation, but the speed is at 1, and this dash, I'm going to put 1.5 for now, and we could probably change that to 2 if it is like a double dash kind of thing, but it means we just can use the same animation again, but it looks quicker. Obviously jumping is our next animation I'll need. We've got full jumping as well, so but I'm going to implement that in a little bit later. And actually, let's put full animation in now. See if we can implement it in now. See what we can do. Let's get everything in there, and then we can kind of sort everything out. So we've got idle, we've got running, we've got jumping, we've got falling, we've got dashing. So that's really, really good. That's what we need. So we now need to set up the transitions between states. Okay. So what we're going to do, really basic one. So from idle to running. So let's go from idle to running. Let's make a transition. Within that transition, we need to is running is going to be true. So let's have a look at this. So what we're also going to do is turn off has exit time. We're going to set this to 0. And then, as I said, we are going to set, we don't need the speed. We might not use that at all. I might just delete it. And we're going to put is running. We don't have is running. We have is dashing. So let's just change that. Why do we need is dashing as well? Yeah, so let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. and that can come is running, which will be able, let's just call is running, cool, and then we sort out, there we go, is running is true. And then from running back to idle, so from running to idle and then running to our idle, we are going to want is running is false. Again, switch these off. Is running is false. Lovely. Keep saving it, just in case you go wrong. It's going to be like, oh, you got rid of the has exit time. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. We then want to do our from idle to an idle and running to our jumping. So let's put up our jump. Let's put our jump here. So from our idle, we're going to make a transition. Boop. And let's just move this so it's a bit clearer. There we go. So from our idle to running, or sorry, idle to jumping, we're saying is jumping is true. So we're going to say, yeah, we'll get rid of that and get rid of this. And we're going to say is jumping is true. Fantastic. It's thought about that already. And then we're going to do the same with this. Again, make sure you turn all these bits off. Is jumping is true. Lovely. We're going to go jumping to falling. So we can just put that here as a little quick nodule. So jumping to falling. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so we can see what's happening. So our jumping to falling is going to be is jumping equals false. So is jumping is equals to false. And we're also going to have is falling true. There we go. Then we can have our falling to idle. So let's just put that back up here. And then we can have our falling to idle. This isn't not the best looking thing I've ever created in my life, but we'll get there. Our falling to idle animation is going to be is falling is true. Oh, sorry, is falling is false. So let's go. Is falling is false, and we could also have is running is false. Cool. And we want the falling animation to has an exit time. Yeah, so we're going to allow that, but we are going to change that to 0. But we need the exit time. So there. And then we will do from our dash animation up here. There's probably a less messier way of doing this. Let's take this and move it over here. Make this a little bit smaller. Take this, put that over there, and put this here. Hopefully, we can make it look like a functioning animation states of transitions in it. Not look really messy. Obviously, having idle in the middle is really important for now. So what we're going to do is from our idle to running. So idle, we're going to make a transition to here, and we're also going to make a transition to here. So from our initial idle to dash, we're going to say is dashing is true. Is dashing is true, and that's the same for our running as well. Is dashing is true, and then our dashing back to our idle, and this should be the last one really that we need to kind of think of for now. We can go from turn that to 0 as well, and then we will change that to is dashing false. Cool. We'll save this. We'll just quickly see. Oh, when we saw it, click on the right ones. Idle to is dashing needs no exit time, and 0, and probably the same for this. I'm good time. Teacher 0. Cool. There we go. So what we need to do is we'll quickly save this and can have a look at. I've written some notes to help me out with implementing the functionality for the animation part. What we will need to do is right, let's go into our script. As I said, I will share all these other bits later on down the line. Let's add in under here. Let's go private animator, and we can just call it anim. And we just need to sort of write where all this functionality is going to happen. So first things first, let's call it up within our star function. There we go, fantastic. That's really good. Sorry if I keep umming and ahhing at this bit. I'm just making sure that all the functionality does go in the right bits and pieces. Okay, that's done. Right. What we're going to do is within update, let's say, we haven't got grapple yet, but let's call up a method called update animations. It will give us a red line for a little bit, and then we can write in, let's just put it in the bottom. Yeah, it's probably best. Crikey, there's more space here. Let's get rid of this. And here we can say void update animations. There we go. And then here, what we could do is we'll start with our running animation. We can then move on with our jumping and falling animations, and then we can sort out. No, that'll do. Right. So, running animation, we will say ball is moving equals to maths f dot abs or abs classic rigid body dot velocity dot x, because we're moving on our oh god, can't speak. That's our x. What do you call it? Axis. God, my days. Yeah, and it is greater than 0.1 f. That's interesting. That did that. 0 f. Semicolon. Yeah, cool. We can then say anim of our set ball for is running is always do that. Then we can say is moving and is grounded. Always important to add that in. Then for our hopefully we can say if we have got is wall sliding here, don't we? So if we say is wall sliding, or yeah, remember we don't have that as a ball animation anymore, so we can say anim dot set ball for is jumping is set as true initially, and then we can say our nm dot set ball floor is falling is set to false, and then we can write an else if. No, I don't think it does. Good. We can just say nm dot set. Oh dear. Nm dot set all of. Could have probably copied and pasted this, but let's just be good. Let's be good, not misbehave. We can say does not, if it is grounded, and RGB value rigid body velocity dot y needs to be greater than 0, and yes, and then what we're going to do is we are going to cheat. We are going to copy, paste this, and then we're going to change this to, you got it, is falling. Cool. We've got our running, we've got the idle. That should sort us out, apart from that needs to be less than. So now we have sorted that, we can go to our game and check if, right, let's have a quick look. Let's get rid of this. Is it just, I don't think it's tagged as anything, is it? So just delete it. Cool. Lovely. So what we'll do is press play. So we're going to make sure that we have our animations. So there we go. Oh, fantastic. Let's have a jump anywhere. Oh, there we go. Jump, jump. There we go. Our double jump works. Landing, fantastic. So we should have a bit of an error there. One can sort that out. Okay. So we do have our falling animations. We have a jump. Quite a high jump. It's quite cool. Might have to sort out that gravity there. And then we have one jump, two. Oh, it's cool. One jump, two jump. There we go. Keep rolling. There we go. A little bit glitchy in the areas of the animation. We need to smooth those out, but pretty happy. And then we just check our dash. There we go. It's only for 0.2, and there we go. Our dash. We've got that. So we can't spam it all the time. Spam it a little bit, but then you can be careful you don't get sticky keys as well, like I just did. So there we go, and then we have our dash and our double jump and our land, and lovely, fantastic, cool. Yeah, we will have a look at sort of enemies and stuff in our next video. So I will see you very soon. Thank you.